Hey you guys, so it's Keoshia and I'm back for another hair video. So today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of protecting styling. As you guys know, I am going on my trip to Dubai this month and I'm doing a whole travel series. And so while I'm talking about travel, I also have to talk about my hair because I got my hair in these box braids as a protective style for my trip because nobody likes to do their hair on vacation. So I'm going to tell you guys what the do's and don'ts of are for a protective style. This can apply to any type of protective style that you have, but as you can see I have box braids, so it's going to be geared more towards that. So let's just get into the video. The first thing you need to do is prep your hair for a protective style. This will include deep cleansing, clarifying your hair, conditioning, shampooing, deep conditioning, leave-ins, all that type of jazz. So I do have a video on how I prep my hair before I got these box braids, so I'll make sure I link it whichever side the cards are on and you can go ahead and check that out. Next, make sure your hair is in good shape in order to get a protective style. As you guys know, I did make sure I got a trim before I got a protective style. I haven't trimmed my hair in almost a year, so I made sure that my hair was in healthy enough state in order to get a protective style, because if you get a protective style when your hair is not in the best or is super damaged, it will only damage your hair more. It is not good to get your hair put in a protective style until you get it into a healthy state. So make sure you're also looking into your hair being able to handle you getting a protective style. So the next thing you need to do is make sure you're cleaning your scalp. You definitely don't want to have any product buildup or anything clogging your pores. You need your scalp to be clean as possible so your hair can flourish and grow. Now there's two different ways that you can go ahead and clean your scalp. There's probably more, but these are the two that I know of or that I use. You can take some diluted shampoo on a rag and you can just take it through the parts of your hair to clean your scalp and get any kind of product buildup off. Or you can use a dry shampoo. A lot of people like to use dry shampoo because, you know, you just basically spray it on there and then rub it off and all of the product buildup kind of soaks up all the oil or whatever. I know some people use like apple cider vinegar rinse or spray or something. I haven't tried any other but the two that I just mentioned. So make sure you guys are cleaning your scalp. Next, do make sure you are protecting your hair while it's in a protective style. Yes, your hair is currently in a protective style, but you still need to protect it, whether you have braids, wigs, sew-in, whatever the case may be. You need to protect your hair while it's in a protective style. So this includes going to bed with a bonnet. Make sure you're sleeping on a satin cap. Make sure you are taking care of your hair just like it is your real hair in order for your real hair to flourish under it or in it or during the process of you having a protective style. Okay, so now that we talked about all the things you need to do during, before, and after you get a protective style, let's go and talk about the things you don't need to do during a protective style. The first thing you need to do is make sure that the person who's doing your hair, particularly for braids, is not pulling or braiding your edges or your nape too tight, because this can cause thinning edges and thinning nape. It can also cause your edges to break off. So make sure that the person understands that you're trying to protect your hair, you're not trying to damage it. So you need to make sure that they're treating your nape and your edges with extreme care. So the next thing you guys may not know is to not use braiding hair straight out of the package. Now unfortunately I didn't research this ahead of time, and actually one of my good friends here on YouTube actually told me this before, but I didn't even remember when I went to go get my braids. So if you guys don't know, braiding hair is coated with some kind of product sometimes that can irritate your scalp, irritate your hair, and dry your hair out. So they do suggest that you go ahead and rinse the hair in, I think it's apple cider vinegar or a little bit of vinegar and water in order to strip it from everything that is on the hair. And it's supposed to be better for your hair. It's supposed to cause less irritation and cause less dryness when it comes to your hair. Unfortunately, I can't speak on it because I didn't do it before I got this protective style, but best believe I'm going to do it next time. Next, do not keep your extensions in too long. Braids and sew-ins are not meant to wear for months on end. I would say 6 to 8 weeks at the most, sometimes less. So make sure you don't keep them in too long because it can cause breakage, it can cause matting and all that type of thing. So make sure you're not keeping your extensions in too long. Also, when you get ready to take your extensions down, do not take your extension down while your hair is wet. This will cause tangling and it will be a hot mess. So if your braids are wet, your sewing is wet, do not take your hair down. Make sure your hair is fully dry when you do the takedown process so that you don't have any problems with taking your hair out and you don't have any problems with like tangling and matting and things like that. Okay, you guys, so that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed the do's and don'ts of protecting styling. I hope you learned something like I learned something today. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.